Hello and welcome on into the latest ProdataKey live broadcast. We're really excited to have you today and show you all the new things that we've got going on here at PDK. My name is Brock Benson. I'm the Director of Marketing here. I've worked with many of you in the past, and if you're new here, welcome on in. We're excited to show you what PDK is all about. Today's live broadcast is going to have a myriad of different things that we're going to be focusing on. We're first going to go ahead and introduce who PDK is, what we're all about for those of you who are new. I know that we've got a lot of existing dealers or existing installation partners on this broadcast, but we've got a lot of new faces as well that we're excited to show who PDK is. After we talk a little bit about who PDK is, what we're all about, we're going to then go ahead and talk about a couple of new features that we have released and have coming up with PDK.io, so that you're going to be able to see exactly what's going on with your systems and how you're going to be able to utilize these new features to simplify access control management. After that, we're going to go ahead and talk about our new and upcoming ProdataKey app, which we are really excited about, and you should be too. And then at that point, we're going to go ahead and talk about our red hardware, specifically our modularity with the PoE module and how that works with PoE. We've got a special visitor here today. Neil Heller with Vigitron is going to be joining us a little bit later to talk all about PoE and how that works with ProdataKey and how you guys can utilize PoE to really simplify your installs and to deliver the best installation possible. So with that, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about who ProdataKey is for all of you new guys. And we're going to go ahead and first start by showing a little video that kind of illustrates it best.
Bill Christian High School was established in 1998. It is a Christian college prep high school. We have about 160 students. We have an international program as well. We focus on Jesus Christ, academics, arts, and athletics. The security needs are unique. We have two large buildings on a 7-acre campus. There's pretty much easy access onto campus, so having secure buildings is a priority.
PDK was recommended to VCHS because it's a made in the USA cloud-based product. It offers an open API with secure and trusted integrations. It's very easy to set up, troubleshoot, and program for both the end user and the installer. I helped the end user set up people, schedules, system events, different rules in the system. And then from there, I just went out and deployed all the other red panels with no downtime. It also offers real-time events, which are very important in a school security application.
We have more than 30 doors and monitoring points that we can keep track of. We get notified instantaneously if that door has been propped open for more than 30 seconds. That comes to me directly, so that allows me to be able to know what doors are open when and be able to react quickly.
A mobile-first access control system was absolutely crucial for us. We are consistently walking around the building, we're interacting with teachers, we're working on different projects, and we need to be able to manage the system from wherever we are at. The Bluetooth credentials are really kind of a beta for us at this point, but initial results are fantastic. The main reason for that is that they're easy to assign, they're easy to manage. Our users just really appreciate having something convenient and quick to be able to buzz in and buzz out as they need.
Lockdown functionality is very important. I put it in the category of extreme and essential. It can be done by any individual. It can be done through a duress pin on the keypad. It can be done with a panic button. It can also be done if a gunshot or a loud noise is heard or a glass breaking. Those all initiate the lockdown. Without a lockdown functionality, ourselves and emergency services can't respond and react rapidly to a threat.
The intuitive interface of PDK simplifies our management extensively. Ultimately, we wanted to have a system that was easy to manage and that would be utilized by our faculty, that would be utilized by our students. And having something that is easy to manage and easy to control is absolutely crucial in that. And PDK is exceptional as far as just the quality and the ease of use in their software.
So as you can see, PDK is all about delivering that simple, intuitive level of access control, but still delivering a high level of security for your customers. That's what PDK is all about. We are a 100% mobile-based system as well, so that no matter where you're at, you're going to be able to manage your system on the go. You're going to hear us say all the time, anytime, anywhere, any device, and that's really, speaks to our 100% mobile capabilities. We are a 100% mobile-first access control company, which delivers a true cloud experience. We actually deliver that mobile experience at every level of person who's going to have an interaction with the access control system. So that could be, one of our installers who's, up in Montana. That could be an administrator who's down in Florida. That could be an end user, in St. Louis. Anybody who's going to be able to have an experience with the access control system will have a level of mobile experience with it. On the integrator side of things, on the installation partners, we've got the capability where a user can just simply go ahead and throw up the controllers, get it plugged into the network, and then whip out their cell phone, and they'll be able to bring it online. Like you saw Tom do in that video, right? He just installed the PDK Red panels, whipped out his cell phone, and was able to bring that controller online. Very simple, easy installation process. It also lets you do troubleshooting on the go, right? You could be on another job site and somebody calls you up, hey, this door's being a little sticky. You can go ahead and whip out your cell phone right then and there and troubleshoot the issue, so you don't have to go roll a technician. It's a very simple and easy. It's helped save a lot of money on the installation front. And then there's the administrator and the manager side of things, at the end user level, where this user is going to be able to use the mobile app to be able to manage who's got access when and where, to be able to create those door schedules, to be able to issue credentials, to be able to go back and view reports, to be able to see who accessed the building. All of that can be done from a cell phone, a tablet, a computer. Doesn't matter where you are. You're going to be able to have that level of ability to, manage your access control system. And then we do take it one step further, even down to the employer, the tenant, where that user is going to be able to use their cell phone to be able to access their doors that they've been given permissions to. And we do that either through Bluetooth credentials, like you saw in the video, where they simply walked up and scanned their phone at the reader and it unlocked the door. We also have the ability to have users have permission where they can just simply unlock a door from their app. So if they need to let somebody in and they're on the other side of the building, they can do that. Very simple and easy. Again, you can do that from any one of your smartphones. It makes life, just simpler. And so we're really excited about that. Another really cool thing about PDK is the abilities to perform automatic updates. All right, anytime that we make a new update, whether that's implementing new technology, whether that's implementing new features, we're able to actually push these out to the cloud. That then goes down to every system that is out there around the globe and updates right then and there. So you don't have to go roll a truck to update a system. Everything is going to be up to date, and you're always going to have the latest bells and whistles. And with that, we actually have a couple of new updates that we are excited to tell you about. The first one we actually released a couple of weeks ago, so you may have seen this. But if not, this is going to be really cool. So in our company dashboard, right when you log into PDK.io, you may have seen some icons change. And that's, they're new icons that kind of illustrate a little bit better what each category is within our software. But then a couple of other cool new functionalities were made as well, where you can actually go and edit the user's role. So these users who have access to the software, normally you would have had to remove them and then re-add them to change their role. Now you can go ahead and you can select exactly what they are and change their level of permissions at any time. So it simplifies that process. Another really cool thing is that we have also simplified the ability to view the billing portal, and you can actually choose other managers, within the system who have permissions to the software to be able to view the billing information on it as well. So we're really excited about these updates, and we actually have another video here queued up that illustrates this a little bit better for us. This is your main dashboard in PDK.io. When you log into PDK.io, this will be the first page that appears. From this screen, you will be able to easily manage all of your customers' accounts, your demo system, and also who will have access to the software. To add a new customer, select the plus icon next to customers. You will first need to name the customer account. Afterwards, choose if you want this customer to utilize mobile credentials. Choose Save to create the customer. PDK.io will display the new account under Customers. To access the customer site, simply click on their account. This page is the account dashboard for the end user. Next, you will need to add a cloud node to the customer. Do that by selecting the plus icon next to cloud nodes. Add the assembly serial number and give it a name. Select Register to bring the cloud node online. The cloud node should now be displayed under Cloud Nodes with a green check mark indicating proper connection. By selecting the cloud node, you will be redirected into the system to make changes and conduct full configuration. Many integrators wish to have their end users have access to the software in order to self-manage their own system. To give an end user permissions to their account, find permissions, select the plus icon, enter the end user's email address, and grant them a role. An integrator level permission gives a user full capabilities, including configuration. This is mainly reserved for technicians and installers, so we would not recommend giving this level of permission to an end user. We recommend giving the end user either an admin, a manager, or a reporter role. An admin role grants the end user full capabilities in the software, minus configuration. They will be able to add and delete people, edit groups, build system events, program auto-open schedules, control elevator access, build and view reports, program partitions, control door states, and view live events. A manager role gives a user the ability to add and delete people, edit groups, build and view reports, control door states, and view live events. A reporter role will only be able to view reports and live events. Back in your company's dashboard, you will see a section for cloud nodes. This section is reserved for your own cloud node and demo system. Select the plus button next to cloud nodes. Provide a name and add the serial number of the cloud node which was provided in your training kit. Your node will then come online for you. By hovering over the node, you can edit its settings by selecting the pencil icon. From here you can change the name, add notes, and specify that this is your demo cloud node. Each dealer is allowed one demo system on their account. This demo system is not charged for hosting subscriptions for the first 5 doors. You can specify your demo system by selecting the checkbox next to Demo Cloud Node. Be sure to check the box for the cloud node you received in your training kit. To grant other employees login permissions to the software, do so by selecting the plus icon next to permissions. Enter their email, role, and billing role. Billing Reporter allows a user to view billing information for customers' accounts, while Billing Admin allows users to make any billing adjustments to your account. After adding in the employee's info, select Add. PDK.io will send them an invite to complete the sign-up process. If you wish to review information about your account, hover over your company name and select the Edit button. From here, you can review the ProdataKey dealer agreement, edit your company's information, and view the billing information. To view your billing information, click the button titled Open Billing Portal. From here, you will be able to edit your payment method, billing address, and also view the invoice history. Pretty cool, right? We're really excited about that update, and that's actually something that has been requested a couple of times from partners like you. One of the cool things about being at PDK is we hear a lot of suggestions from partners, right? We are partner fanatics here. We're all about making sure that you guys have a good experience, because when you succeed, we succeed. So that's one thing that we really love, right? We love delivering a positive experience for our partners, whether that's on the tech support side, whether that's on the sales support side, development side, marketing side, all of that. We're here to make sure that you guys are having a good experience. One other request that we've gotten pretty frequently is for some new reporting capabilities. And we actually have been working really hard to develop some new custom event reportings that we're really excited about. They're really cool. It actually delivers a lot, a simplified experience there. It delivers a certain chunk of reports that you can use. It also saves them out in the cloud, so you can pull these at any time, and really, creates a better user experience. And the cool thing with this too is you can actually customize this based on the size of your customer, right? You might have some companies who don't want to pull a lot of reports. They do it just occasionally. You might have some enterprise level systems who need to pull multiple reports per day. Well, you can actually customize this so that it will do this all for you based on the level of customer that you've got. So this is a really cool thing. If you're actually in our beta program, you've actually probably been working on this already. We've been having fantastic results with it, and we're really excited to release this. And so be looking for this to be released in about a week. On June 2nd is when it's scheduled to be released. Pending the conclusion of the beta period. But we do have another video that's going to kind of lay this whole thing out so you can get a great understanding about it. To view reports and logs within PDK.io, select Reports from the main dashboard. You'll notice 3 different types of reporting options: People Reports, Credential Reports, and Events Reports. To pull reports based on activity within the access control system, choose Events Reports. The first step is giving the report a name. After that, you'll notice a date range is necessary when building a report. Choose a pre-programmed timeframe from the drop-down list, or select custom date range. Any of the pre-programmed timeframes generate recurring reports. For example, if last month is selected, the report will show the log information from the last calendar month. At the beginning of each month, this report will then regenerate. Next, we will need to filter the information to build our custom report. Let's take a look at the filters. Events can be filtered based on specific actions that have occurred within the system, such as doors open, credentials input, door prompt alarm, and access allowed. To fine-tune the report, we can filter our event results. Reports can be filtered by making specific selections. A few example results are known person, access denied, send email, and lockdown on. Details are selected to filter logs based on users, card numbers, group access, specific doors, and connection types. To generate the report, simply select refresh. All logs will then be pulled based on the information selected. In this case, today has been selected as the date range, and no filters were selected. Therefore, all log information is being displayed for today. Let's build an example of a recurring report. In this example, let's create a report that shows all users who have been granted access at a door within the last week. First, give the report a name, such as access allowed at door. Choose a desired date range, such as last week. Next, we will filter our results. Choose events, and find and select credentials input. Under results, find and select access allowed. From details, navigate to the devices tab and choose a door. Then hit refresh to view the logs. We can export the logs into either an HTML file or a CSV file. By saving the report, we will be able to access the logs and any new records that meet our filters at any time from our main events report screen. That's actually how our reporting is currently done. We accidentally loaded the wrong video into the presentation, so we don't actually have the video showing you exactly how these changes are going to be working, but we will have that that will get out here next week, so be watching for that video. But again, it's a cloud-based reporting, so that way you are going to be able to have certain storage limits that you guys are able to pull giant reports for. You guys are going to be able to pull them for certain log period times that you can go back and look through through data that's stored out there in the cloud. It's really going to simplify that process. So we will make sure to get that video out there so you guys can go ahead and see that. Again, that's going to be coming next week. June 2nd is when that is going to be released. We're really excited for that. And it will also be, you can also find that video in our LMS beginning next week as well. The updated company dashboard video that we just watched, that is out in our LMS as well, which is, our LMS is our learning management system. So this is going to be the technical training course that we've got, right? For those of you who are familiar with PDK and are certified with PDK, you've gone through this course at accesscontrol101.com, right? For those of you who are new and looking to get certified with PDK, go out to accesscontrol101.com, sign up for our technical certification. It's a very simple course that you can do anytime, any device, or anytime, anywhere, and on any device. It's simple online, on-demand training, so that way it doesn't matter if you've got 10 minutes today or 20 minutes tomorrow, you can go ahead and take that course from start to finish. The other really cool thing is it does actually include your own demo equipment as well that you will be using in that training course. So you'll use that to go ahead and do hands-on wiring while you're going through some of these lessons that are in the LMS. You're going to be able to use that to also, then install in your own facility. So now you have your own demo system. It's a very simple course. It still only takes about 4 hours to complete start to finish. And then at that point, you are fully certified with PDK. And certified dealers with PDK get a lot of really cool benefits. For example, we actually triple your warranty on everything. So a certified dealer with PDK gets a 3-year warranty. We also provide 24/7 tech support. That's all run out of this office that you see right here. We don't outsource any of that overseas. You're going to get a live person when you do it. The other really cool thing is our tech support team actually answers 80% of phone calls in 20 seconds or less. Yeah, you did hear that right. It's 20 seconds or less. So we're really, we recognize that when you guys are on a job site, it's a stressful moment. If there's something going wrong, it doesn't just look bad on, I guess you're trying to save face with your customer, right? Your customer's looking at this going, well, what's going on? Did I choose a bad product? Did I choose the wrong integrator? We don't want any of that, right? We, like I said earlier, we're partner fanatics. When we succeed, you succeed. So we want to make sure that you guys are getting into tech support immediately. And our tech support team, for those of you who are dealers already, you know this, right? Our tech support team is fantastic. These guys are all highly trained. They come from this industry, so they understand what it is like to actually install an access control system and know exactly what they need to do to be able to help you out when you're on the job. So if you want to take that technical training or learn more about PDK, just go out to the accesscontrol101.com. We've got a couple of different courses there. We've got that technical training. We've got an Access Control 101 course, which just covers the basics of access control. It's not even a PDK-centric course. And then we also have a sales training webinar that we do every other Thursday that teaches you how to sell PDK, teaches you how to generate recurring revenue, things like that. And again, once you're a certified partner, you help determine our roadmap. That's a big part of being a PDK dealer and something that we absolutely love. And another thing that's been requested is having a unified app. And so what we've done is we've now created this new ProdataKey app, which we are really excited about. And what this does is this takes the touch app functionality, right? That's the app that holds your Bluetooth credential. That's the app that is lets you unlock doors remotely. And we've combined it with our PDK.io app. So now you're going to be able to have the mobile credentialing and mobile management all from one single app, the ProdataKey app. And we've got a little video right here that I can that we'll go ahead and show you exactly how this all works. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and click into the ProdataKey app. You see our locations here. Let's click onto that one. This shows all the doors I've got permissions to. And I can go ahead and favorite specific doors that I'm going to use frequently. So I can just go ahead and favorite these doors here. We'll favorite a few others. And then to view this list of favorites, I just go and click in the bottom left-hand corner where it says favorites there. Click into that. Now you see all my favorite doors and my frequently used doors. From there, I can go ahead and click on a door and it's going to unlock that door. Pretty cool, right? That's the mobile credentialing side. To manage PDK.io, what you're going to need to do is you just simply go down to the account section in the bottom right. You now see this manage toggle up here. Let's go ahead and click that. It's going to ask us to provide our PDK.io credentials. So let's go ahead and hit add and add those in. And then it's going to go ahead and add that manage section in the menu. Once we click into that, it's going to log right into PDK.io. So now you're going to be able to manage all your systems, all your locations, all your door schedules, all your users, credential holders, everything all from that one simple app, right? Simplifying everything, right? PDK is all about being intuitive. It's all about simplifying everything. We're really excited about this release. And so be looking for this. It's going to be coming out mid next month. So we're really excited about that. Pretty sweet, right? Let's go ahead and let's chat a little bit about PDK's hardware. So PDK hardware, our new lineup of red has been very successful. It's very popular and for good reason, right? It delivers a lot of capability. It delivers easy installations. Right? You just simply take the hardware, you run all your electrified hardware directly into our controllers, you get that controller up on the wall, you get a network connection to it, and it's going to automatically be discovered using IPv6 to come online and be able to communicate with your, with all your other door controllers, creating your system. It's very simple and easy to do. We've got available controllers in a 1-door controller, a 2-door controller, a 4-door controller, 8-door controller. We even have a fully customizable controller that can control up to 24 doors. And we have outdoor controllers for, if you're ever doing gates, garages, things like that. So all sorts of different applications. Another really cool thing, though, about this is the modularity of the PDK Red as well. So we've got a couple different module kits. We've got a wireless module kit that you just simply plug into the board. That's going to then go ahead and communicate wirelessly over our own proprietary wireless network. That way the controllers communicate with each other back and forth. It reduces the amount of cabling that you have to pull. There are some things to watch out for when you're looking at wireless. So we always do recommend doing a wireless range test kit if you are interested in doing wireless. We've got those available for you. So reach out to your sales rep and they can chat with you a little bit more about that. Another really cool module that we've got that we're really excited to talk about today is our PoE module. Right, this is where you can plug that PoE module into our board and then plug that controller into a PoE source, and that source is going to help provide power for the controller and for all the door hardware that's plugged into that controller. But there is a little bit more that goes into depth with PoE than just simply plugging it into a PoE switch. There's more that needs to go into it, and so that's why we've actually brought in Vigitron to help us out today. POE, and we'll get to that. But let's go ahead and let's look at what this POE module looks like. So you see right here, we've got this POE module. You simply plug it into the controller, and then from there, it's going to plug into the POE source, and you're set. So this is commonly going to be used on our Red 1, our Red 2, and our Red 4 boards. You can use it on the Red 8 as well. Just with the Red 8, it's got 2 Red 4 boards in there. So just make sure you get 2 of those POE modules. But there are so a couple of rules about the POE module. It does have advanced capability, so make sure that make sure you have the right POE source here, right? PDK controllers are only going to draw the amount of power that is provided by the POE source. And so that's why making sure that you have the right one is really important, right? It's just not simple plug and play like you might think it is. One of the cool things about Vigitron products as well is that if the amount of power required is more than what the POE source is able to deliver, a warning light's going to be issued, and then it's going to be able to notify you, hey, we might need a different POE source here. And then, also make sure that we are understanding the source requirements, right? Once the amount of power required is greater than 30 watts, which is 25.5 watts at the controller, the system's going to need to switch over to an 802.3 BT source. So more wattage and more amperage there. Here's a couple of examples that we've got, a couple of product examples of Vigitron that we've seen work with PDK. But again, remember, every application is unique here. And so we want to make sure that you're understanding POE. But we've got AF and AT solutions here. If we're using an AF solution, that's going to give you 11 watts at 0.8 amps. So you can use that on both the R1 and the R2 and the R4. And that's going to be able to, give you that amperage. Usually that's not a lot of amperage. So you're going to be using that maybe if you're controlling, smaller devices, maybe elevator triggers, things like that. And then we've got the AT options, which will give you a little bit more wattage, 24 watts, that'll deliver 1.7 amps. Oftentimes that can get you what you need to be able to power, your electric strikes, maybe a mag lock, depending on the equipment that you're using. But that can also be used on our Red 1, our Red 2, and our Red 4. Over on the right-hand side, you see kind of the way that this is laid out, right? You've got your different type of POE source options where you can plug your controllers directly into that POE source option, and then that will be able to deliver the amperage necessary. When we're getting into bigger applications where you're needing to power, I guess hardware that needs more power, we do recommend going to a BT solution. And that's going to, as you can see, deliver 27 watts at 2 amps for both the R1 and the R2. But if you're going with the R4, that's actually going to be able to deliver 3.5 amps at 49 watts. So it gives you a lot of power to be able to control everything directly from from the POE source and the Red 4 controller. So it's a really slick solution to be able to reduce the amount of cable that's being pulled and work well. So one thing that we need to make sure that you guys are aware of is we do also have an upcoming Vigitron technical training that we've got scheduled on June 7th. Now, don't be afraid of the word technical here, right? It's not going to be too crazy. It's more just to go in depth about POE, right? There's a lot of things about POE that need to be understood, right? It's not as simple as just a simple plug and play application, and that's why we've got Vigitron here who's going to talk about POE in a second. But we definitely recommend jumping into that technical training that we've got coming up. All right, we've got Neil Heller here. He is the VP of Business Development with Vigitron. He's going to go ahead and talk to us a lot more about POE, go in depth about how it works, how we can utilize it with PDK, and really, what makes POE so special.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to participate in this. Vigitron engineers have been working with PDK engineers for several months, evaluating the product, not to see how it works, but to see how it interfaces and what the parameters are that need to create reliability within the system itself. And that's really the key. If we're talking about especially access control, we don't want to find out at the point when the system is needed that it fails. And our job is to make sure that it's reliable. So let's start off with, I guess, defining who Vigitron is. Our company was founded in 1993 and incorporated in 1997. We're essentially an engineering company. And what we found out in that 3-year period before we incorporated was a need in the security industry to transmit video data and power over twisted pair. At that point, the primary means of transmission was coax, but it didn't include the ability of power or of data. And we grew from that basis, and with several 100,000 applications throughout the world in that time. About 12 years ago, we founded our IPPoE group. And since then, we've been developing, like the count now is approximately well over 150 products, approaching 200 products within the IP environment, covering every single aspect of networking for security applications. And this is what the key is. Our products are developed through a process called interoperational testing, where we take the manufacturer's products, in this case PDK, and we test it, again, not for its performance specifications, but for the ability of reliably maintaining a connection, and in this case, maintaining a connection and providing the necessary PoE, which is becoming more and more complex as the PoE requirements develop. We have 5 engineering divisions, and quite frankly, the analog products division is at its end of life. But we engineer and develop all our own products in-house in our corporate headquarters in San Diego. We're quite proud. We're located within the Sereno Valley, which is literally the Silicon Valley of San Diego, housed in our own 12,500 square foot headquarters, which we own. So let's get to the heart of it. PoE was developed, or I should say IPPoE was developed as a simplification of making a simple connection to provide both data and power by the IEEE committees years ago. And it has some very specific parameters. It was developed around Cat5 cabling. Cat5 cabling at a distance of 328 feet. And within the system itself, unlike what you may think of conventional power, where you plug an outlet into a wall and the only way of stopping power is when something shorts out, they put in very sophisticated communication to allow the connected device to recognize the source of the power and start the flow of PoE, but also maintain the flow of PoE, which means that the connected device, whatever that is, has to communicate back to the source. We'll get into more of the idiosyncrasies of this in the June 7th presentation. But that means that we have to take a lot of things into consideration. Obviously, the cabling that's required within the system itself. So when the resistance of the cabling increases, it provides more of a problem in terms of the connection and maintaining the connection. Also, the amount of draw that the connected device has does not remain constant. And this is something we have to take into consideration, not only in terms of PDK's devices, but any connected device. For example, when we connect up a device, as we heard, the module from PDK registers the amount of power coming in and locks into it. But that's not constant, because when it's activated, it may go through door strikes, locks, etc., which is going to cause what's called a surge factor. So it's very important that we maintain that consistency throughout those surges, because embedded within the IEEE format is those surges could be interpreted as shorts, and that will stop the flow of PoE and take the product offline. Throughout the development by IEEE of PoE, it's been rather a checkered past. We started out at a source of 15.4 watts, but then primarily camera manufacturers said we need more and more power. And that led to other standard committees, IEEE committees, and the development of 802.3 AT, which provided a 30-watt source. However, that demand did not end. Camera manufacturers and other products came out and said, we need more, we need up to 60 watts. So what happened was the development of other standards. But manufacturers couldn't wait to sell their product. So they came out with other things, terms you may have heard, PoE+, PoE++, or UPoE, which was actually developed by Cisco. These are non-standard forms of increased power. Finally, about a year and a half ago, the IEEE committee came out with 802.3 BT, which provides power sources up to 90 watts. Today, we have 9 different classes of PoE. And those 9 different classes not only define the amount of PoE, but how that PoE is interpreted by the connected device. It also defines basically 4 different methods of delivering power. So you see, it can get quite complex. As I said, we've been working with PDK for several months now to define the best applications as far as what will work and what will maintain reliability. And you can see in that chart there the solutions that we've come up with. Now again, they're going to differ, but those solutions are also mated to the types of cabling that can carry it. Keep in mind that the IEEE standards all involve CAD cabling, CAD5, CAD5E, CAD6, CAD6A. But in your installations, you're going to encounter other types of cables such as coax, such as single pair. We have to have solutions for those, and Vigitron does have those solutions. We talked about how a connected device communicates with the source. And this is where we've got to take into consideration what we call the signature that's put out, because signatures that are put out differ between the different classes. So it's actually possible that when that source, when that PDK module requires more power and crosses a particular line over 30 watts, which is defined as the limit of the source of AT, it sends out a BT signature. And if that source cannot respond to the BT signature, the system shuts down. This is what we want to avoid in our workings. This is why we want to focus on the reliability of the system and the system to constantly maintain the right PoE power. So this is some of the attributes that we have to take into consideration. Not only what the power is required during its resting stage, but what power and what type of power is required when the device itself is activated. Again, reliability is the key. So here again, this slide shows those differences and the differences of how those sources can change. So it's not just the amount of power. We can't just define these systems by saying, well, if I provide 60 watts of PoE, everything's going to be okay. No. What type of PoE? How is it going to operate when these changes occur? Also, cabling has to be taken into consideration. We spoke about this just a minute ago. And as you can see from this slide, coax cable and single pair, which are 2 different types of transmission vehicles that you're going to find in your installations, are going to present challenges. We can overcome those challenges. You're not going to walk away, and we don't want you to walk away from an installation if the cabling already installed is not compatible to transmit these high amounts of PoE. The third factor is distance. As we mentioned in the beginning, that the IEEE standards all were designed around 100 meters, 328 feet of cabling. But you're going to find in your applications many applications that require longer distances. Vigitron engineers conducted that test, and we have solutions that we can provide when even your Cat5 cabling extends in greater distance than 328 feet. So when we look at these so-called simplified installations, we have to take into account not only the power, the amount of power, but what type of source that PoE is. We have to take into account the cable type, and we have to take into account distances. As part of our relationship, and what was key to our relationship with PDK, is Vigitron's well-established design center group. This consists of trained engineers. There is no cookie-cutter approach to designing a reliable bill of materials. every single installation is going to present different challenges and require different solutions. And that's why it can't be done by a computer program or a drop-down menu. We have live engineers that are going to work with your dealers, work with you to assure the most reliable bill of materials. And by the way, that service is absolutely free with no obligation at all, and it doesn't matter the size of your installation. This is our contact slide information. The best way to contact us is through support@vigitron.com. You can ask any questions you want about product, our services, our warranty, things that we'll be covering during the June 7th presentation. Again, I thank you for the time and the ability to present.
Thank you, Neil. Neil comes all the way from California to help us out with this. And Vigitron, as you can see, they know their stuff, right? These guys are experts in PoE. We are experts in the access control side of things. So we wanted to make sure that we teamed up with another company who was the best of what they did. So we have loved working with Vigitron. As he was saying, they tested our product and our PoE module to make sure it was upheld to their standards as well. So we're really excited about that. Again, make sure you go and sign up for that technical training that we've got with them. Again, we use the term technical loosely here. It's really just a little bit more in depth. So sales guys, jump in there as well. We'll make sure that you guys get to learn a lot more about PoE, even more in depth than what Neil just went over. I know that I've learned a lot about PoE from Neil. I know you guys will as well. So going forward, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to do a Q&A. I have been seeing a couple of questions coming up in the chat. So if you are, if you are on that chat, go ahead and ask your questions right now. We're going to go ahead and read through some of these, get them all taken care of, so that we can make some good things happen. All right. First off, Drew, I'm watching you as well. So that's good. The next thing that we've got is, when is the ProdataKey app going to be available? That we are anticipating to be available in a couple of weeks, probably towards the end of June. So be watching for more info on that. If you're in our beta channel, we'll be reaching out to you here soon to go through a little bit more testing with that. We're excited about that. Let's see. I think you just covered this one. How much is that design center? You said it was totally free.
Free.
Yeah. So
free, no obligation, no nothing.
So do they have to be an existing Vigitron customer already to do that, or is that
it's open to everybody?
That's really cool.
Absolutely no restrictions.
That is really cool. Let's see. Where do I get my hat? Duan Juan says. You get your PDK hat in your new dealer kit by signing up for that technical training. So go ahead and sign up for that. Again, that's at accesscontrol101.com. There's the link. It's very simple and easy to sign up for that course. In that kit, you get a demo cloud node. You get a demo red reader. You get a door position sensor, request to exit device. You get your hat. You get a sweet stainless steel water bottle. You get all sorts of cool stuff. New t-shirts. We got new t-shirts. So that's going to be in there too. So really cool. Again, and then all of that kit is used in that training kit to sign up that you can then use as your own demo system going forward. So this guy has very good PoE info, Sparknut says. So hey, well done, Neil. How long have you been doing this?
PoE?
Yeah.
Since its inception.
Since its inception, guys.
I was even an adjunct on the 802.3 AT committee.
Nice. Jake says, did I miss the part about the billing portal? Jake, I'm sorry you did. Go back and watch this video, though. This is going to be on our YouTube channel. So if you go back and watch that, we will have this whole recording is going to be up there. So you will be good to go. You're going to be able to see that recording. Where do Duan Juan asked, where do I get the hat again? Again, that hat is in the is in the new dealer kit when you go to accesscontrol101.com and purchase that training course, the technical certification course. Let's see. Next question. We've got a bunch of good times. This is great information. Gotta love the live shows. Tom is awesome. Tom is the dealer that they were talking about in the ProdataKey case study that we did earlier. Tom is a great guy. That was a fun one to go out and do. Anyways, that looks like... here's another one. Is the technical training with Vigitron... how much does the technical training with Vigitron cost?
All of our technical trainings, all of our webinars are free. All you got to do is register for them. And I guess you'll be sending out the links for
Yep.
the registration.
Yep, we will be sending out that link, to all of you guys, so that you will go ahead and be able to click right on that. It'll take you right to the form where you can sign up and learn a lot more about PoE and Vigitron and how you can utilize that to help simplify your installs with PDK.
I would also like to tell them that on our YouTube channel, we have an 8-part series. They run about a half an hour each, which talks about the unique differences of designing networks for security applications as opposed to what we might call standard networking equipment.
There you go. Make sure you go and check that out. All right, that looks like that is all of the questions for today. So thank you guys for all jumping on. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can contact us on our general sales line. The number is 802-317-8802, extension, 801. Sorry, 801-317-8802. You can also reach out to us, email us at sales@ProdataKey.com. We'll get you all taken care of. But again, thank you for taking the time to jump in on this, to learn all about the new and exciting changes that are happening with PDK and this awesome new partnership that we've got with Vigitron. So you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later.
Bye.